You've read the financial books, followed the investment advice, maybe even increased your income significantly, yet somehow, you're still living paycheck to paycheck, still anxious about money, still watching others build the kind of wealth that seems impossible for you. I spent 7 years trapped in this exact cycle, consuming every piece of financial content I could find, while my bank account stayed frustratingly stagnant. The breakthrough came when I realized I wasn't dealing with a money problem at all. I was dealing with an identity problem. There are 3 psychological levels that separate those who build lasting wealth from those who stay financially stuck. And most people never even realize these levels exist. Level 1. The consumer identity trap. Here's what nobody tells you about wealth building. Your brain has been programmed since childhood to keep you financially dependent. Every advertisement, every social message, every cultural norm has conditioned you to see yourself as a consumer first and foremost. This isn't an accident. It's a system designed to extract wealth from you, not help you build it. The consumer identity operates on a simple but devastating loop. You work to earn money, then immediately think about what you can buy with that money. Your brain literally cannot conceive of money as anything other than spending power. When you get a raise, your first thought isn't how can I invest this? It's what can I finally afford? This is identity homeostasis in action. Your psychological immune system fighting against any behavior that doesn't match who you think you are. Most people confuse income with wealth, and this confusion keeps them trapped at level 1 forever. I've met lawyers making $300,000 a year who have less net worth than teachers making $50,000. The difference isn't intelligence or opportunity. It's identity. The high-earning lawyer still thinks like a consumer, just with more expensive tastes. They've scaled their spending to match their income, creating what I call golden handcuffs, trapped by a lifestyle that requires every dollar they make. The psychological markers of consumer identity are everywhere once you know what to look for. You think in terms of monthly payments instead of total cost. You feel anxiety when your checking account balance drops, even if you have investments worth 10 times that amount. You measure financial success by what you can afford to buy, not what you can afford to lose. Most destructively, you see money as scarce, something to be hoarded or spent, never as a tool for creation. Your brain fights wealth-building behaviors because they don't match your consumer identity. When you try to invest instead of spend, it feels wrong, uncomfortable, even dangerous. Your identity homeostasis kicks in with thoughts like, I should enjoy my money while I have it, or investing is too risky. These aren't rational thoughts. They're your psychological immune system protecting an identity that's keeping you broke. The breaking point comes when you finally recognize that your financial problems aren't about not having enough money. They're about having the wrong relationship with money. Every financial decision you make flows from one fundamental question. Who am I? If your answer is someone who works for money and spends it, you'll stay trapped in level 1 forever. The consumer identity feels safe because it's familiar, but it's a trap disguised as comfort. Real transformation begins when you realize that changing your financial results requires changing who you are, not just what you do. Level 2. The builder identity emergence. The shift from consumer to builder is the most dramatic psychological transformation in wealth creation. It happens the moment you stop asking, what can I buy, and start asking, what can I build? This isn't just a change in behavior, it's a complete rewiring of your neural pathways. Your brain literally starts processing information differently when you see yourself as someone who creates value instead of someone who consumes it. Builders think about money fundamentally differently than consumers. Where consumers see money as spending power, builders see money as building material. Where consumers see problems as obstacles to their comfort, and builders see problems as profit opportunities waiting to be solved. This shift in perspective changes everything. Suddenly, the flat tire that ruins a consumer's day becomes a business opportunity for roadside assistance. The software glitch that frustrates a consumer becomes the inspiration for a builder's next AP. The builder identity operates on systems thinking. Builders understand that wealth doesn't come from working harder. It comes from building systems that work without you. This is why a builder can make more money sleeping than a consumer makes working overtime. The consumer trades time for money in a linear relationship. The builder creates systems that generate money exponentially, breaking the time for money trap that keeps most people financially stuck. Delayed gratification becomes natural at level 2 because builders think in terms of future systems, not immediate rewards. They can sacrifice short-term comfort because they're building long-term freedom. This isn't willpower, it's identity alignment. When you see yourself as a builder, spending money on consumption feels like spending your building materials on temporary pleasure. It goes against who you are. But here's where most people get trapped. At level 2, they build without strategic direction. They mistake being busy for being productive, creating what I call busy poverty. They start multiple projects, work 18-hour days, and feel productive while their bank account stays the same. The builder identity, without strategic focus, becomes a hamster wheel of activity that generates exhaustion instead of wealth. The key breakthrough at level 2 is understanding that not all building is equal. Strategic builders focus on systems that compound, that generate increasing returns over time. They build once and get paid repeatedly. They create assets that appreciate while they sleep. This is the difference between a builder who escapes financial stress and one who just works harder while staying broke. Level 3. The investor identity mastery. Level 3 represents the ultimate psychological transformation. Money working for you, instead of you working for money. At this level, wealth generation becomes automated, systematic, and emotionally detached. You're no longer trading your time and energy for money. Your systems and investments are doing that work for you. The investor identity achieves what I call strategic disappearance. You've built systems that generate wealth without your constant presence or attention. Your money makes money while you sleep, travel, or focus on higher-level strategy. This isn't passive income in the traditional sense. It's systematic wealth generation that operates independently of your daily involvement. Psychologically, level 3 investors have completely reframed their relationship with risk and security, where level 1 consumers see security in having a job, and level 2 builders see security in their ability to work. Level 3 investors understand that true security comes from multiple income streams that don't depend on their active participation. They've realized that the secure job is actually the riskiest position because it's a single point of failure. The investor identity thinks in terms of legacy and systems that outlast your active participation. You're not just building wealth for yourself, you're creating financial structures that can benefit multiple generations. This long-term perspective changes how you evaluate opportunities, how you spend your time, and how you think about money itself. At level 3, wealth building becomes as natural as breathing. You don't have to force yourself to invest or save. These behaviors flow naturally from who you are. Your identity has integrated wealth creation so completely that not building wealth would feel wrong, like holding your breath. The psychological resistance that plagued you at earlier levels disappears because your actions perfectly align with your identity. The most powerful aspect of level 3 is the psychological freedom it creates. When your wealth generation is systematic and automated, you can focus on contribution, creativity, and impact instead of survival. Money becomes a tool for creating the life and legacy you want, not a source of stress or limitation. Here's the truth that changes everything. Wealth is an identity problem disguised as a money problem. The tactics and strategies everyone focuses on are just surface-level symptoms of deeper psychological patterns. Until you address the identity level, you'll keep getting the same financial results no matter how many books you read or courses you take. Right now, identify which level you're operating from. Are you stuck in the consumer trap, thinking about what you can buy? Are you building without strategic direction? Or have you achieved the systematic wealth generation of level 3? Your next step is simple. Commit to the identity shift required for the next level. Subscribe for more content on transforming your identity to transform your results.